Hi guys, I'm Katie and I'm going to talk to you about the best and the worst things about childhood versus adulthood. All right, so when you are a child, I would say the best part about being a child is the ignorance, because when you are ignorant, it means you really don't know any better. So you may have the biggest dreams and the wildest ideas and very little knowledge of the fact of what's actually possible or how exactly you can do that. So even as you get older and you create those step-by-step ideas of how you can get there, you still don't have a lot of life experience to have these moments of, oh gosh, I hope that doesn't happen again. Or, oh, I know that there's all these other people out here who are more qualified than I am, so how am I supposed to get that? You know, you don't have those worries yet. So as a child, having that ignorance, I feel like opens a door for so many people. And it can be a really, really great thing when you are told as a child to reach for the stars because nothing is impossible. And when you truly believe that, oh, it's the best. But of course, the negative side of being a child is if you're like me, you grew up with a lot of rules and they're not necessarily rules that you make. And a lot of times you don't agree with them. So it can be really tough as a kid having to always live by what feels like somebody else's rules. And it can be really tough because a lot of times you don't understand. You know, you have that ignorance. You don't understand why certain rules are in place. And being told because I said so is not necessarily something any of us wants to hear. Adult, child, what have you, we don't want to be told that. So getting told that as a child where you really don't have a lot of places to go to escape that, I think can be really, really tough. And I think it's why it's completely understandable that a lot of us, when we are bridging from childhood to adulthood, tend to rebel against those rules because it's finally a chance that we can see the world as we wanted it to be seen, or take it on as we thought it needed to be conquered. And so of course, that means that as an adult, some of the best parts about it is that you get to make your own rules. Or so, you think for a while. But you know, when you are an adult and you get to choose your path, and it's such an amazing thing. But also as an adult, you realize it's not that simple, that there are a lot of things in life that happen that can get in the way of those childhood dreams and that can hold you back. And that is just the reality of being human and the reality of being an adult. And as an adult, you need to make the tough decision of, okay, so this is the barrier. How do I get around that? And as a kid, you may not even know that that barrier existed, or better yet, that barrier, maybe it didn't exist when you were a kid. So it's stuff like that, the adult having to make adult decisions and having more responsibilities, that I think are the toughest part. But there are still things that you can find if you look for them that are really positive and freeing that maybe you didn't get as a child, or maybe, you weren't able to make your own rules then, but now you can still have a piece of that. I get to do what I want to do. I'm hungry. I want McDonald's, but I don't get McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to be able to have that freedom even with its limitations. So in short, when you're a child, you have the innocence, you have the idea that you can do whatever you want, but there's often a lot of rules that you might not understand that feel like they're holding you back from that. As an adult, you feel like you get this taste of freedom and it's wonderful, and you do have a choice to do what you want, but there are a lot more responsibilities and things that can hold you back from actually making that happen or actually following through in those dreams. So hope that makes sense. Thanks.